Welcome to the 5th week of Kindness and Gratitude Summit and Giveaway. Tony Kaufman is proud to bring this to you with Eric Zuley, Dr. Dante Sears, and Dr. Lisa Brewer. Now, this is the first premier event of the year. And this time we have world-renowned speakers for you, such as Bill Walsh, Kate Linder, Omar Periu, Christopher Salem, Tina D. Lewis, Ronnie Tsunami, Kimberly Crow, Darren Adams, and Deborah Hollick. We have featured speakers here as well that are the newest and upcoming experts in their respective fields. Our category sponsors this year are Josiah Beijing for business development, Michael D. Butler for author development, Eric Zuley for new media, Dr. Dante Sears for wealth mastery, health and wellness with Dr. Fitness, sales and lead generation with Eric Zuley, and spirituality with Dr. Lisa Brewer. And don't forget, when you upgrade to your VIP ticket, you will be supporting the Better Vision for Children Foundation. This is an amazing 501c3, all-volunteer foundation that is helping to prevent and eradicate child-onset blindness. And now, without further ado, sit back, relax, but also take out your pen and paper. Welcome to the Week of Kindness, January 2023. Take it away. Well, good morning. How are you?
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
I'm
Day
well,
two.
thank you.
Day two. Everybody
Day
should have gotten
two.
this is the agenda for day two. And folks, oh my gosh, we've got so many folks for you. I had so much fun putting the newsletter together last night to give you a little bit of insight on every single one.
Yes.
But I think I'm going to have to go with the wonderful song that we're starting off the morning with, and our friend Pepper J and our amazing, talented musical composer and singer, which I wish I was. At some point in my life, I'm going to be able to sing. John Michael Ferrari is coming in, and he's got an incredible song for us, and I'm so honored to have both of them here with us. So I'm excited about that.
Yes. So we are just we're going behind. We're a little bit behind this morning. We've had some additional amazing speakers, just like hey, can I get in on this? So we just want to remind you guys a couple of things. Continue to check back because the schedule is going to change and it's going to change a little bit. So just keep checking back on the Event Raptor site. And just buckle up because today is jam-packed with so much great information, so many great offers, and just a lot of fun. We're going to have a great time. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to go on and share John Michael's song, and then the next voices you hear after that will be Tony and John Michael. How does that sound?
I love it. So let's get some inspiration going only the way he could do it.
Absolutely. All right, here we go. Except for you think this is the first time I've ever streamed. It's my
Watch
first
out for
time.
solar flares. Watch out.
Be gentle. It's my first time. Okay, here we go. See you guys.
Like tonight, sometimes it's just like forever is not enough. You ever been with somebody like that?
Baby, ooh-wee, what a perfect night we had together. Baby, ooh-wee, I want this moment to last forever. Funny how fast time can put on its wings when we're together. It's heaven that you feel it too. When we're together, our love is true. Forever is not enough time to spend with you. Baby, ooh-wee, what a perfect dream we have together. Baby, ooh-wee, I've got your sweetness wrestling in me. Funny how fast time can put on its wings. When we're together, it's heaven for me. Forever is not enough time. Forever is not enough time. Forever is not enough time to spend with you. Ooh. I love loving you the way that I do. When you explode, my heart knows it's true. Forever is not enough time to spend with you. It's a matter of love. It's a matter of love. Forever is not enough time. Forever is not enough time. Forever is not enough time to spend with you. I'm hoping that you feel it too. When we're together, our love is true. Forever is not enough time to spend with you. Forever, forever, forever with you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. I would particularly want to say thank you for taking time out of your life and coming here and spending it with us tonight.
Oh, John Michael.
Yay.
The I wasn't expecting to be as moved by your song as I am, but with loss of my husband a couple of years ago, boy, that
Oh.
hit home.
Oh, somebody very similar said the same thing about the song that what you just said. It was, they lost somebody and they had related to that song in that
Right,
way.
so I'm going to sound like a blithering idiot here because I'm trying to pull myself together. Oh
Oh,
boy. No, listen, I'm so thrilled to have you here, and I want to send a big giant hug to our wonderful Pepper Jay, who has been so instrumental for the past 3 decades in your life. How did you all meet?
we're actually years ago we met at a place, a resort called Highland Springs Resort outside of Palm Springs. Very similar place to what they used to have in the Catskill Mountains, where people would go, families would go, and they'd have activities and they'd have entertainment and they have all these different things. I was in the lounge next to the main showroom, and she came in one night when I was performing in the lounge and said, "You know what? I could make you better. I could move you into the main showroom," she said.
Oh, so you were like in the middle of Dirty Dancing here somewhere, right?
It was exactly like that. It was a resort just like that. And she was Baby and I was Johnny.
I love. Oh my gosh, that's so wonderful. You guys, Pepper, if you're there, just pop in for a second and say hi. I just adore you. So
Hi, my darling. How you doing?
you guys are just the cutest couple. I just love you guys. So thank you so much for that amazing song. I should have trying to keep my distance for obvious reasons. So I'm sitting here blubbering and tearing up. And John is just so wonderful. Tell me, please, where are you right now? Because your home looks amazing. I love the Native American Tahoe look, kind of thing. Where are you?
We're in my living room. You could actually zoom out and show them the. Oh yeah.
I got laundry everywhere.
Oh, we were in
You
this
got laundry.
we're
You
right
know,
at our ranch in the living room, right next to the fireplace. In
yeah.
Nevada.
And you know what's funny is somebody told me the other day, if you have real friends, you don't clean up before they get there.
I got some good friends because I don't clean up.
So, my gosh, you've been honored so many times. You've been in Nashville. You have a ranch in, is it Nevada? In
We have a
Pearl?
ranch outside of Las Vegas, 5-acre
Uh-huh.
ranch, and Pepper just got finished feeding the chickens and the animals and everything, while I stayed inside where it's warm. See?
No wonder she said it was cold.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I have one of my kids decided to take up chickens, and of course we live right outside of Houston, so that was kind of an interesting ordeal. And we failed miserably at it, to tell you the truth. So
yeah.
that's
Well, we have a lot of chickens, and she names all of them, so she knows them, and they all come
so did
running
my
when they see
son.
her. You know.
So tell me, John Michael, what inspired you to write that song? I know you got 1,000 songs, and this was just really special. I think this was selected, um, especially for us because of the angels involved. They knew what I needed today.
Well, sometimes you just care about somebody so much, you just think, even if I spent forever with that person, it's just not enough time. And just it was just a feeling, it was just a thought, and that's what inspired me to write that song. Was just that being with somebody like Pepper and I. We spend 24 hours a day, and it's just like we never get tired of each other.
That's true because I used to tell people I married my best friend.
Yeah.
'Cause that's what it's about. I mean, all the other stuff that goes away, and then you're stuck with two people, and if you guys aren't friends, it ain't gonna last. You know?
Yeah, having a friendship with anybody is a very special thing. But if you have a good friendship with your partner, that's even more special.
Love it. Love it. Love it. So I've got to tell you a quick story so you might be able to use a line from this in something you create. Is we were going through 18 months of his diagnosis, and I remember sitting at my dresser one day, and he's laying in bed, it's just after one of his treatments, and I said, "Baby," and he says, "What?" And I said, "It's not fair." And he says, "What's not fair?" I said, "You promised to grow old with me." He turns around, he says, "Baby, look in the mirror. We did."
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we sure did. We're both gray now.
Exactly. So, John Michael, what's coming? I know you've got awards happening. Pepper's got awards happening. You guys are so busy, and yet you still find time to create amazing songs like "Forever Is Not Enough."
Well, we're on our way back to Nashville in about 4 weeks to record 5 more songs. We spent a lot of time going back and forth. Um,
And you have several performances there.
and several performances when we get there. It's just a real joy to be there. I don't know if you ever been to Nashville or not.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
It's a songwriter's town. For singer songwriters,
Yeah.
and that's why we go there. We go there and record all of our songs, and then we come back here and relax.
Is there a specific studio that you like? Because I know that studios are well known in by the industry for having a certain sound or an echo or that kind of thing.
Well, that's true. Different
Yeah.
studios have different sounds. Now they generally use a lot of the same musicians. Well, I mean, we
Yeah.
use the same musicians that maybe it would be on Garth Brooks, recordings
Yeah.
and people like that. So we want to compete in the industry with the very top people. So we go there and we record at the studios with a lot of the same people so that we can compete. And then I write in a very commercial way, very format structured way that allows radio stations to play our songs, and that's how we.
Larry Beard Studio.
Yeah, Larry Beard Studios. That's why we've been successful, because of being there in Nashville with those kind of people.
And I'm curious because of course in the film world, excuse me, in the film world, we know that a script shouldn't be longer than 90 pages because normally it takes 1 minute per page, right?
Correct. Yes.
And the reason that films are like have to fit into this 90-minute segment is because that way they can show it 5 or 6 times in one theater in one day. It makes that
Correct.
kind of money. Unless you've got permission to do an epic, you don't get more than 90 minutes. What kind of formula is that for songwriters?
Well, you got to hit the chorus within the first 40 seconds. So
I
you
didn't
have
know
your
that.
intro, you have your verse, you have a pre-chorus, and then you have your chorus. So it has to happen right around 40 seconds, 45 seconds.
I had no clue. I didn't know that.
And
That's
then once you have your chorus, at the end of your chorus, you should have your title of the song. It should be repeated several times.
oh my gosh, you guys need to do a workshop on this.
And the songs generally run about 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes. But if you
Right.
follow the correct structure, it's right around 2:58 to about 3:20.
Interesting. So, wow, guys, if you're a aspiring songwriter or singer, I mean, that's some golden nuggets right there, huh? So, is this something that you've been? I mean, you say you write commercially so that it's acceptable to radio stations. So, I guess they have the same kind of format, huh?
Well, yeah, because they want to fit in so many songs. Every 3 songs they have a commercial. They want to
Yeah,
fit in songs. So they want songs to be a certain way.
right.
It's called format for radio. It's
Format
just
for
like a
radio.
script. Now
Yeah,
it doesn't mean you have to write that way, but if you want to get on the radio and have a
yeah,
chance to be on the radio, you
right.
have to write in that format structure. A lot of people don't like to do that. That's why they don't get radio play. There's certain requirements. You have to know what your goal is. What is your goal? That's what I ask songwriters who want to know, asking me questions. I said, number one, figure out what your goal is. Is it to get radio play? If it is, then here's the parameters you have to fit into. If you don't want to really care about radio play, you can write any way you want.
We do sometimes.
Oh, that's
Sometimes my songs, I have a few songs that aren't structured for radio play, but I write them for the benefit of the listener who buys the CD,
got
something
it.
extra that they get to listen to.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. So, how has the digital streaming revolution kind of affected any of that component of your writing?
Well, they have an algorithm that digital recorded streaming stations, they also look for songs that are structured in that way. But as far as royalties, the industry's really changed, because it used to be where people would go in and buy a record for 99 cents or a dollar, or LP for $6 or $12, and the record company and the writer got a big portion of that. Today, that doesn't happen because people don't buy those commodities anymore. They just stream the music
And they download.
Right.
and they download them, and all they have to do is listen to the commercials.
So, well, okay. So, my granddaughter got a record player because I guess these things are coming back, right? Got a record player, and we took her to like Barnes and Nobles to get some albums. And John, I almost fainted. I mean, every album was 29, 30, $44,
Yeah.
$50. I'm like, what happened?
Well, because there's only certain companies that are making those, and the cost is so exorbitant that it's not worth it. If they only charge like under $10, they can't make a profit.
Wow. Yeah, I was a little stunned as a boomer.
Yeah,
I
when we
remember.
were young, you could go down and buy an album for $3-4. You get 12
Yeah,
songs.
yeah, exactly. So I guess what I'm trying to ask is in your future. So I know the formula, I know what you're trying to appeal to, and all of that. how do you get into the world of being nominated for awards and that level? What would you recommend to an aspiring singer songwriter?
Well, again, if you have to know your goal. If your
Yeah.
goal is to be an independent artist, and get radio play, get people to listen to you, you kind of pretty much have to fit in that structure. And if you do, and you're lucky enough, somebody gives you an award and you get noticed. And then that causes other people to listen, like, oh, he got this award. What's he doing? And they listen to that. And then all of a sudden you're up there with all these other people. You're nominated for things. We were nominated for an award. And Pepper said, well, you're up against all these major artists, and the chances of you winning are slim to none. And I said, well, you never know. And then we won.
Oh,
You know,
is
so
that the outstanding male singer in 2022?
I think was that the
No,
one?
that was, I think, 2019 Singer-Songwriter of the Year. I
Oh
just
my
want to
goodness.
mention, Tony, to anyone out there that's an indie artist, an independent artist,
Yeah.
there's a whole world out there. You can connect with other independent artists on the internet, and
Yeah.
there are radio stations that are just for that. And then they have different charts, radio charts you can get on. John started out in Europe, actually, on radio charts and being one of the top 200 artists in Europe before he ever hit a chart in the United States. So I would explore and connect with other indie artists and see what's out there and get aboard.
So I'm in the middle of ACL and South by Southwest over here in Austin. You know, I mean that's a Willie Whalen and the gang. You know, so
Uh,
so there
yeah.
are a lot of us. I mean, that's what Austin's known for, right? Is ACL is Austin City Limits, and that was one of the first cable music shows ever created. And yeah, it was right after Lukenbach, right? It's a
Right,
big
right.
festival. So and you know what's funny, John Michael, is my experience in my life of getting to know recording artists was usually happened in rodeo performances in Texas. That's with the first time I ever met people in Anderson and people like that, and it was just amazing. But they kind of all stood out and away from the normal mere mortal. I always kind of saw them as this angelic being, that and also being raised in movie theaters, you can imagine, the movies I saw, but about singers. But you seem to have it all together, and I love that. Pepper has been an amazing influence, and she's got a wealth of knowledge that, I mean, you can't pay for that. It's experience, right?
Well, it's a formula, and
Yeah,
if you're willing to follow the formula and learn the formula, understand songwriting, it's not just about the what you write on the lyric. It's about the right number of syllables. How does it sound? Because maybe a lyric doesn't really make that much sense, but it sounds good to sing it, and that's really
yeah,
more important.
right.
And you're not writing a book, so it's just an idea of one thing. What does the chorus say? Very
Yeah,
simple. But it's simple once you finish it. Like, oh, that's a very simple song, but it's complicated to get it to that
yeah.
point where people will listen to it and like it.
Well, that makes sense. So, okay, so listen, I do want to acknowledge that Pepper was voted outstanding AC Music Producer of the Year by the Producers' Choice Honors.
Yay for
And
Pepper.
wait, what?
I said, yay.
Yay, Pepper!
Well,
Love
that's another element of recording. If you're going to go into the studio, you need to have a good producer, someone who, when you're in the studio, that can take control and run everything. As an artist, sometimes you don't have the best perception of what is right and what's good. Although by the time we get in the studio, we know pretty much what we want because we work out everything here in our studio. So when we go to Nashville, we sit down with the session leader who writes out the charts for us. And um, and so the session leader and a producer work with the musicians to get the right sound and everything. It's a lot of things have to be done well. You have to record in a really good studio. Now, I know there's a lot of independent artists that record in their home studio, and that's good. You can do that. But when you competing against the major studios and their sound, what they're doing, it's very difficult because you
Yeah.
can hear immediately there's a difference in the sound production between a Nashville recording studio and a home studio.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I mean, even with film, there's a difference in the editing and the final cut, you know?
That's a good example. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
tell an independent film is different from a major
Oh yeah.
Spielberg film. film.
So you got the crossover artist of the year in 2021, and on top of that, you were a New Music Awards fan favorite 2021 by the Independent Music Network. I just love that. Would you explain what you mean by crossover? I mean, pop and country or rock and pop
You're
and
right. Exactly that. You have a country genre, you have top 40, and you have adult contemporary. Usually, when your songs come out, you'll be on one of those. And if you're lucky, you're on two. We were on three.
oh my
And
goodness.
so that's another thing. The way we write, it hits all three areas. So we got airplay on three different genres of radio stations: country, pop, and adult contemporary,
A little bit of jazz.
and some of the
Wow,
jazz stations too.
congratulations. Yeah, no, that's wonderful. So the you were also, it's funny, but a lot of people think, and I know so many friends that are like you, Fizz Anthony and Schroeder, who actually write songs on commission, so to speak.
Yeah.
But you wrote a song for a friend of yours for his wedding that ended up winning a bunch of awards. I think that's wonderful.
Yeah, he was just over the house last night watching TV with us. Yeah, he was getting married, and he said, "John, would you sing a song for at our wedding?" And I said, "What do you want me to sing?" He goes, "I don't care. Just pick a song. Just while we're getting married, um, maybe sing some kind of song." And I said, "Oh, sure, I'll do that." And so I was a couple of days later, I was thinking maybe I'll just write him a song. And I sat down and started writing this song called "I Want to Paint You a Love Song." So I played it for him and I sang it for him, and he goes, "You can't sing that." And I go, "Why not?" He says, "I want to sing it."
Oh, cute.
So it became during the ceremony. I played guitar, and he sang that song to his bride.
I love it. I know the boss is back, so we need to cut this short. But first of all, I want to thank you for being part and playing with us, Pepper. This is just the beginning. We've got so much more to do, and I also want you to look up. Is it "My Heart Can't Breathe," which is another amazing song that you've written that got multiple
Yeah,
awards as well.
yeah, we've been fortunate. All of our songs have gotten on the charts.
You know the formula. You guys are pros.
That's
That's why
right.
you get people like Pepper and John on your side. That's exactly why.
Yeah.
This has been amazing, you guys. This was so insightful. I
Well,
really, really enjoyed it.
thank you so much for having us, and it was our pleasure to be here. And we could do this all day long, just
I
talking.
know, I know. So if
Amazing.
you guys ever need anything in Austin, you know you got a friend. Let me know.
Oh, that's wonderful,
Yeah,
Austin. I
yeah,
love that place.
yeah. Most singer-songwriters do too.
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot of music goes on there.
It's the third coast, man. It's the third coast.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you,
Awesome.
guys. God bless. And again, thank you for your wonderful talent. Thank
Thank
God
you
for your
for your
wonderful
real
Pepper.
kindness. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My
Thank
pleasure.
you.
God bless. Take care.
Bye bye.
Guys, that was great, Tony. That was amazing. Thank you so much for
Well, I
doing the
love getting
interview.
into the nuts and bolts because we represent so many people, whether it's a speaker or an artist or an actor or a singer. I mean, there are ratios, and
Yeah.
like you said, there's formulas to the
Yep.
success on everything.
Yep.
uh you
Absolutely.
know and it just I learned a lot. That's what you do, guys. You create summits like this so that you selfishly can learn a lot from the post.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, what we're about to do is we are about to move on down the road a little bit. We're going to bring on Dr. Fitness, another amazing speaker, and that's going to give us a ton of great value as well. So we're heading over there now, guys. I'm going to put in the live chat across all platforms, including Facebook. I am dropping the link to the next YouTube, but it will come up live over there on Facebook as well. Okay, gang? We're going to see you right over there. We'll see you. Bye. Wow. I hope you enjoyed that just as much as I did. Thank you so much for all of that great information. Hey, we're not done yet. So just relax. We're going to continue on with our next speaker in just a few moments.